When you hear the country name Japan, what comes up to your mind first?
The first thing would be like,
What sort of impressions do you guys have to Japanese people then?
I see them as very...
When I went to Japan, the Japanese food was quite different to what we experience here.
What do you mean by that? Was it better or? Hello everyone, how you guys? ごい皆さんご機嫌いかがでしょうか？今日も可能性無限大です。It's タロサックということで、今日の動画では日本未経験の外国人に聞く日本のいいイメージというテーマでやっていきたいと思います。僕の動画って結構逆張りなとこがあって、日本ってテクノロジーとかに優れていて超絶安全な国って思われてそうだけど実際こんな風に今は思われてるみたいですっていう動画結構多いと思うんですよ。こういう印象あるけども実際こんな感じみたいなね。で今日なんですけど、たまにはねポジティブ全開で耳障りよくて夜よく眠れちゃうような動画をいきましょうということで、ここオーストラリアのシドニーで来日経験のない外国人に唐突に日本のいいイメージを聞いていくというインタビュー企画、これ撮っていきたいと思います。日本に馴染みのない外国人に日本のいいイメージって何ですかっていう質問をしたらどんな答えが返ってくるんでしょうか。先日あるニュースで見たんですけども、2022年に海外永住者となった日本人、これ過去最高の55万人を更新ということで、今後海外旅行だとしても留学だとしても、海外に出ていく日本人もっと増えてくると思います。そんな中で、外国人が日本人にね、どういう印象を持っているのか、日本に対してどういう印象を持っているのかっていうのを知っておくことで役に立つこともあると思うし、同時に、今後海外から日本に来る人の数も増えますよね。どちらの点においてもですね、これ知っておいて損はないと思うので、ぜひですね皆さん最後まで見ていただければなと思います。僕のチャンネルでは様々なトピックに関する外国人へのインタビュー動画を毎週配信してます。見るだけで頭の中がグローバル化すること間違いなし。面白いと思ってもらえた方はチャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。概要欄にあるタロサックの公式 LINE では僕が作る英会話を伸ばすための英語教材、これを来てくれた方全員にプレゼントさせていただいたり、来てくれた方全員にですね英会話の初めの一歩となる機会をこれ提供させていただいております。なんとですね2022年は1年間で1000人を優に超える方にここで大きな一歩踏み出していただきました。ある程度英単語も英文法も分かってテストでは点数取れるのに英語話せませんとか、英語話せるようになりたいのに、何もやっていない自分がいるとか、本当にそれで後から後悔しませんか？今の英語力も年齢も全く関係ありません。少しでも英語話せるようになりたいと思っている方はぜひですね、概要欄のリンクからタロサックの公式 LINE 友達追加してください。ということで今日も早速いきましょう。Okie dokie. Thank you very much for your help, and I like your tops. The orange, looking nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Mauritius Island.
Mauritius Island. Mauritius Island. People speak French, right?
Yes, we speak mostly French on the island, yeah.
Do people speak English? Like everyone speak English as well? Or?
Most people do speak English because it's our national language.
Oh, really?
And the public schools are in English, but commonly in the streets it's mostly French or Creole, which is a national dialect.
Creole, yeah, I've heard of it. But that's smart though. So the school, they use English. It should be like that in Japan too. Like we force people to use English in school. So everyone's going to be like bilingual like you.
Yeah.
I'm from Japan. And I'm a Japanese YouTuber who interviews people about many kind of topics. And from that we learn different cultures and different perspectives from all over the world. Today, simply I'm asking people their impressions towards Japan as a country. More and more people are expected to visit Japan nowadays, and it's gonna be very helpful for people to understand what sort of impression people come to Japan with. The first question is gonna be like this. When you hear the country name Japan, what comes up to your mind first?
Okay, so when I think of Japan, the first thing would be like modern. City. And culture.
Modern city.
So it's really like two, like old culture and modern cities. That's what comes to mind.
Oh, that's a beautiful answer. So it looks like a modern city, but there's still like an old culture exists. Love it. Love the answer. This is going to be about the people, Japanese people. I don't know if you have interacted with the Japanese people in your life or not, but my image towards your people is that they're very, because it's island, right? It's taking easy going, quite positively, quite slow. People are really relaxed, laid back. That's the idea I have towards your people. What sort of impression you have towards Japanese people now?
I think the first thing that comes to mind, and it might be a stereotype, but respect.
Respect, oh yeah.
Very respectful people, and I'd say disciplined.
Discipline. I like the word discipline. I don't know why everyone say respect. Where do you get that idea?
I don't know if it's proper to like Japanese
Yeah.
people or if it's just like Asian cultures.
Oh, okay.
But I think in a lot of like modern art and movies, your people are portrayed as being very respectful towards older generations.
Right.
And just having this very respectful interrelationships between yourselves.
Right. So you get that sort of idea maybe from the movies and stuff. Interesting. It's correct though. We are quite respectful, I think. But I just really wanted to know how people get that idea. Where people get that idea from. Last question is gonna be like this. Now, I feel like I'm forcing you to answer this, but I want you to give me 3 positive impressions that you have towards Japan.
First one would probably be how confident you are about your culture.
Oh yeah?
And just like, there's lots of things which don't relate to a lot. Like when you dress up towards us, like Comic Cons and stuff.
Oh, right.
That kind of like bubble culture. Like, I feel like people are really confident about it and just live it, and they're like, we're just doing our thing. I think that's super cool. Maybe second impression, I loved your food. I've actually got sushi in my bag for lunch. And third impression, maybe like you've got some really cool graphic art, art design. And I mean, it's true that Japanese art is a major influence in a lot of today's graphics and stuff. Like people want to have like tattoos that are like
Japanese tattoos are more popular outside Japan, I guess. That was a deep answer. Thank you very much. I didn't expect that I get that sort of answers. Please enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Where are you from?
We're from Sydney, Australia.
Australian people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Australian people. And what have you been up to today?
Oh, we just went to lunch and we just had a lunch with my grandfather.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it was lovely.
I'm from Japan and I'm a Japanese YouTuber who interviews people about many kind of topics in the world. From that we can learn different cultures and different perspectives from people from all over the world. Today, it's a very simple thing, but I'm interviewing people about my country, Japan. When you hear the country name, Japan, what comes up to your mind first?
I generally think like the scenery, the art. There's a lot of like Japanese art, movies, a lot of TV shows as well. Like I think they're just really strong proponents of like cultural like art that is pretty big in Australia actually as well. Yeah, I think a lot of us enjoy a lot of Japanese art, and I also think of the scenery is really beautiful. Like I think that's generally it. Yeah.
Okay.
I view Japan as a very technologically advanced country. I hear of a lot of things in Japan that are really good I'd like to have in this country, like high-speed rail. I think is a really good thing.
What is it, sorry?
High-speed rail, like bullet trains.
Bullet train,
bullet
okay.
Trains. I think about the history, the interesting history, the culture and whatnot, and the way that Japanese people live their lives in terms of just different things, like how the differences between us, like, usually from what I gather is usually when people meet people here in Australia, you usually shake hands with each other. In Japan, you usually like bow or you exchange cards with each other.
How come you know so much about Japan? Like, I'm surprised. What the heck,
I like learning about other cultures and other countries. I think it's really interesting.
Oh my God.
I'd love to go to Japan one day, and it's a really beautiful country with really beautiful people and beautiful culture and beautiful history. So I like to learn about all this stuff. I'm sure many other Australians do the same. And I'm sure many Japanese people learn about Australia and other Western countries as well.
True. Now that was about the country, right?
Yeah.
And now this is going to be about the people. What sort of impressions you guys have to Japanese people then?
I see them as very, very polite, very willing to help foreigners. I don't see a lot of informalities in Japan where you might see them in Australia. People are often informal towards people they don't know. But here in Japan, I haven't noticed that. Like, I don't know if swearing is common in Japan towards strangers, but here in Australia, it's pretty common.
You do. But we don't, to be honest, we don't really have swear words, that's the thing that many foreign people who love Japan start living in Japan, they notice, they actually like no beep sound on TV because we don't really have that sort of thing, So we don't really obviously use that because we don't have, What do you think about the people?
I agree with what he said. I think they're very polite. They seem very polite, very formal. They really love Japan. They speak a lot of love about their own country, and they seem very introspective as well. A bit more like mindful of what's going on inside as well. They seem a bit more, bit more logical, bit more, very thinking people. Yeah.
People say, Japanese people polite. But where do you get that sort of idea?
I've met a few Japanese people myself, and they've
yeah?
always been very polite. Watching interviews on YouTube channels, I always see Japanese people as very polite. Even just cultural stereotypes, negative or not, Japanese people seem to be very polite, very friendly. But I don't see barely any negative stereotypes about Japanese people.
Oh, really? Honestly, you don't really see it.
Very few. Like the one stereotype, I don't know if it's a stereotype or not, but after speaking to some people that I know, as well as foreign interviews, I've noticed that foreigners, they might not integrate into Japanese society as well as other countries. We're a very multicultural country in Australia. We're very open to foreigners usually. But a lot of foreigners say they don't feel the same way.
Because Japan's pretty homogenic country, so maybe many people are not used to welcoming the other cultures, and they kind of hesitate to completely accept or not. Maybe something like that. That's what they feel.
That's what I've seen. I have to see for myself when I go to Japan one day.
I'm just really surprised that you know so much about the deep Japanese culture. I would have
thought this would be common knowledge sort of stuff. People, I think if you ask any Australian on the street, what do you think about Japanese people? They say they're polite.
I simply love the fact that you as an Australian person, you guys as an Australian person know Japan so deeply. I really appreciate the fact. Last question is going to be like this. Today, I wanna hear something good about Japan that what you have. Okay. 3 positive things that you have towards Japan. Please give me 3 positive things about Australia that I have. Is that obviously beautiful weather, open-minded people, like you said, they're very welcoming to foreigners, and that's why it's easier to stay in this country. That's how I feel, really comfortable, because I'm not the minority, even I'm not from this country. Food as well, because you have multicultural here, so you have the diversity in the cuisine as well, so you can have whatever you want in this country. That's what I like about Australia. What are the 3 positive things about Japan, please?
Definitely, I would say the people are really knowledgeable and just really smart, and I really like that. I think the second thing would be their history as well. It's very long. It's very deep cultural ties to their land. So I think the history is very fascinating. Yeah. And third would definitely be their traditional art as well. Is really interesting. As well, the architecture, the kimono dress, it's very beautiful. So.
Yeah.
I'd say the scenery is very beautiful. It's pretty different from here in Australia. I really like traditional Japanese architecture. Yeah. More modern architecture in Japan's more, you can find that anywhere, I think. It's just my opinion. Yeah. Even though that, I don't really like modern architecture that much, I find Tokyo to be a really beautiful city with its all its neon lights and all its really tight alleyways and whatnot. I'd love to go to Tokyo, and so the people are very, very friendly, very nice.
It's really good to hear the great positive opinions from people, especially who are very knowledgeable about Japan. We take it for granted usually because we have a long history. That's normal for us. We have Japanese architecture. That's normal because we are from Japan. But we should appreciate. Thank you very much for reminding me that. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day, and please come to Japan one day.
Yeah, we will, definitely.
Thank you very much. Where are you from?
Australia.
Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia. What have you been up to today then?
Just relaxing, chilling, hanging out.
Yeah, we just hung out together, just chatted, catched up.
Lucky people, anytime you can come to this beautiful beach.
Yeah.
Okay, this is very random question, but have you been to any other countries?
Yeah, I've been to a couple actually. I've actually been to Japan before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. How about you?
I have also been to Japan
What the heck? Okay, today I was aiming to interview people who have never been to Japan. But actually this is good because I interviewed already people who have never been to Japan. So let me ask you some questions about Japan today. When you hear the country name Japan, what comes up to your mind first?
For me, skiing, because I go there skiing.
All
so
right.
yeah, I think it's skiing.
You're very typical Australian, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so you went to Hokkaido?
No, Nozawa Onsen.
Nozawa Onsen. Mm-hmm. How about you?
Mine would probably be the food, Japanese food, because I love Japanese food.
What's your favorite Japanese food except sushi?
Oh gosh. Udon.
Poke bowls.
Udon.
Udon. Yeah, poke bowls, yeah?
But the Japanese, like when I went to Japan, the Japanese food was quite different to what we experience here.
Interesting. What do you mean by that? Was it better or like a bit too extreme?
Like the sushis had like different stuff inside than like we would normally get.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my basic sushi roll, like my go-to was like tuna and avocado or like
Okay.
chicken and avocado, but like you couldn't really find that when we went over there.
Okay. Well, I reckon you like Australian sushi then.
Yeah,
Australian sushi. I like that too, though. I consider Australian sushi as a different type of food, but I like that too.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
sushi and Australian sushi,
Yeah.
both. This is not about country. This is about people. What are the impressions you have towards Japanese people?
I think they're very like clean, patient, kind
Okay.
people, like very calm.
What is the biggest difference between Japanese people and Australian people, you would say?
I would probably say like their calm nature. Like I think we're very like fast going and like always moving around a lot, and they just seem to have everything together.
Oh yeah, you think
Yeah,
so?
yeah.
Okay, what do you think?
They seem like very organized people.
Organized
They
people.
seem very organized, and that they do the same things, like they're quite routined and organized.
Right.
Where we would like change our schedules like every day, but they would have like them quite structured. If the weather's nice, like we'd go to the beach, like we'd like probably like not go to work, like we'd go to the beach and stuff.
Get the sick leave, eh? Sick leave. Australian people love sick leave. Last question is going to be like this. If you would give me 3 positive things about the country, what are those 3 going to be?
I would say like the kind nature of the people.
Yeah.
There's lots of different places to see in Japan. Like you can do skiing, but then you can also do cities, and so it's very like
That's true.
there's a lot of different landscapes, and probably the food as well.
Food, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, what's your favorite food then, apart from sushi?
Poke bowls.
Poke
definitely.
bowls.
Yeah.
It's from Hawaii, innit? I think.
Oh, is it? I thought it was Japanese.
Okay.
funny.
What about you?
I would probably say like the transportation when we went there was so good, like the fast trains and stuff.
Oh, bullet train.
Yeah, that was really cool and fun. I also would say similar to Emily with the like nature of it. Like there's so many, like you can go from city, but then you can go out and it'll be a short distance, like mountains and terrain and stuff.
Right.
And the other thing would just be the kind, considerate people. They're always like there's always someone there that like would help you out if you need help, like finding a place or something.
If you have a chance, you will go back there again?
100%.
They've gone twice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Thank you very much. Come back again.
Yes. For sure.
Okay. はい、ということで今日はここまでですね、オーストラリアのシドニーのこの路上でね、外国人にいきなり日本のいい印象、ポジティブなイメージを聞き出すっていう結構無茶な企画をここまでやってきたんですけど、よくそこまでみんないきなり聞かれて日本のこと話せるなと思いましたね。モーリシャスのお姉さんが言ってた日本人は自分たちの文化にこう自信がある印象があるっていうね、これ結構予想外な答えだったんですけど、まあもちろんねどこの国も同じだとは思うんですけど、確かに日本人ってこう全体的に見てめちゃめちゃ自信満々な人種じゃないと思うんですけど、カルチャーに関しては自信ある人確かに多いですよね。それからオーストラリア人カップルの2人はさ、なんであんなに日本のことを知ってるんだよ。日本っていう国のこれ案件動画ですかっていうぐらいこう日本の当たり前にしがちな日本のいいところをこううまく語ってくれましたね。普通に今日インタビューする前にこの海外の路上で、日本人以外にいきなり日本のそのポジティブなイメージなんですかとか聞いて、これ大丈夫かな、企画として成立するかなっていう風に思ってたんですけど、思ってた以上にみんなが日本のことをしっかり話してくれた、その事実がですね、僕本当に嬉しかったです。タロサックの公式 LINE では、来てくれた方全員に英会話を上げるための僕が作った教材をプレゼントさせていただいたり、英会話の初めの一歩となる機会を来てくれた方全員に提供させていただいております。今後これからも日本人が海外にこう進出していくっていうのはもう普通な世界になってくると思うし、もっともっとね海外から日本に来る人っていうのも増えてくると思うんですね。そんな中でやっぱり英語を話せる、英語を全く話せないでは、何がいいとか悪いとかじゃなくて、人生のこう選択肢、選択できる幅がこう全然変わってくると思います。なので今の英語力も全く関係ないし、年齢も本当に関係ありません。少しでも英語に興味がある、英会話できるようになりたいんだよねっていう方がいればですね、まずは概要欄のリンクからタロさんの公式 LINE ですね、友達追加していただけたらなと思います。日本の歴史の長さとか建築の美しさとか礼儀を重んじる文化とか、どれもこれも当たり前にしてしまってるし、確かに日本に普通に生まれて日本で普通に暮らしてたらそう当たり前にしてしまうのも仕方ないことだと思うけども、今一度日本のそういうのって素晴らしいことだよなって、こういう動画を見ることによってこう再認識するのって大事だよなって、あれ大事だよなって、外国人の話を聞くことによってなんか日本の良さを再認識し始めちゃってるあなたがそこにいるのであれば、見るだけで 頭の中グローバル化しちゃったんだよ。最後まで見てくれた皆さんありがとうございます。面白いと思ってもらえた方はチャンネル登録忘れずに、高評価も忘れずに、また次の動画でお会いしましょう。